Howdy folks, and welcome back to my channel, Gaming with Distractions. We are playing Gas Station Simulator on PS5, and based on some good feedback that I received from my last episode, I'm going to touch on some of the settings and DLCs that I have installed with this game. So for the DLCs, there's 3 of them. There's Party Time, Can Touch This, and the Airstrip DLC. And the first 2 I haven't seen yet, but the Airstrip I have, and we'll probably touch on that in a couple of episodes. As far as options go, the gameplay has your language, your field of view, and the rest of these are random events for the most part. So we met Dennis last episode where he likes to spray paint our walls. The party bus, we'll probably see that in a couple of episodes, but it's very interesting. Have that on as well. We met what I refer to as the Elvis ghost on the last episode. He likes to play music and come through the walls at night. The Santa sleigh is a weird one for me. I had turned it off on a playthrough that I was doing, but you would still hear it, so I'm just leaving it on. The Christmas hats, they're really nice hats. They're decorative, they're very festive, and they light up, but I do have that turned off. Maybe if I'm still playing this around Christmas, I'll turn that back on. Sandstorm is a dynamic event where the sandstorm will pass through the desert and through your gas station and can leave a little bit of a mess that needs to be cleaned up afterwards. Warehouse stealing, we haven't seen this yet, but probably in the next couple of episodes we'll see this. But you have a warehouse, and if you leave the doors open, some of your items from your inventory can be stolen. So I have that on. Late game challenges, I haven't seen that yet, so that we will see together once the story mode has been completed. Head bob is just the vertical bobbing effect while you're moving. And then the streamer mode I've turned off. There could be some bad language, there could be some questionable graffiti that is left behind, so we'll just leave things as is. So let's just jump back into it. So in the last episode, we were driving through the desert, and we found a gas station for sale, and yeah, we bought that and did a little bit of cleanup and getting our feet on the ground, learning the ways, and we will pick up where we left off. So in the last episode, we had closed the gas station, but what we're going to do is we are going to turn, or reopen the gas station, sorry. We'll reopen it, because I find when I first played this game, I would close the gas station to do renos and stuff, but you're essentially wasting money. And right now, all we're managing is the fuel pumps, so it's a pretty easy thing to manage while doing renovations and cleanup. So there is also an email for us to read. I think we looked at this briefly last episode for the painting. And then we'll just move over to the tools section. And we did buy the paint roller already, so we're good there. And yeah, we'll open up the gas station. So again, I am playing on PS5. And to access the paint roller, you just hold L1, which opens up your inventory. And then we'll select the paint roller, and off we go. Now, there are different colors that you can pick from. You hit L2 to bring up the color palette. Now, it's going to default to the white color. So you tend to use that for the exterior of my walls, or the exterior walls. Because if Dennis shows up and does some graffiti, then we don't have to worry about picking the color. We can just access the paint roller and paint over the graffiti that he left. So we have a customer here, so we'll take care of our customer. Again, at the bottom of the screen, it shows us how many liters of fuel we have left. So we're at 117, so we're good. So we hit R2 to start, and if you hit L2, it'll speed it up, and then you hit R2 to stop it. Depending on your accuracy with the stopping and the speed, they'll leave you a nice little tip. So we'll resume our painting here. I'm clicking R2, sometimes holding it a little bit to stay within the green. As long as you're in the green, it'll continue painting the wall. If you go on this side in the red, it'll continue painting just a little bit slower from the looks of it. However, if you go to this side of the green, you do make a little bit of a mess. Now, if you look down here, you can see we do have some paint. So we just go into our inventory, grab the broom, and we can clean up the mess that we made. We'll take care of our customer. Now, when I go below 100 liters, I do like to run over to the computer real quick and get some more gas delivered to the station. So I'm just going to select 200. It will go to the max capacity, which it did there. This way we can fill it up. I do notice a beer bottle down here, so we'll go into our inventory and grab the garbage can. Pick that up, and we'll get back to doing some painting. Now, there are different parts of different buildings that can be painted. So you'll see right now I'm doing the walls. These pillars can also be painted, and we'll get to that once we got the walls all painted up. As for our current task or objective, there's 2 walls that have graffiti on them, and those are the ones that we'll paint last, and that'll complete that objective. Now, you also have to paint these little triangular pieces of the station, so we'll take care of that. And if we look over on our left, there's a customer at the gas pump, so we'll come and take care of them. Again, you hold the L2 to speed things up. Now, similar to the pillars on the side here that can be painted, these pillars can also be painted. And I'm going to change the color. This is the color I like to do the roof, so I like to do the pillars the same color. Just staying within the green. Oh, I think I selected the wall and not the pillar here. Might have to fix that up. Oh no, we got the pillar. We probably have time to do this pillar before we need to tend to the customer.
How much do I owe you?
Back to painting. Now, these little triangular pieces also need to be painted, so we'll do that while we're here at the front. And there's this triangular piece as well. Oh, made a little bit of a mess. I'll have to clean that up, potentially. Sometimes it doesn't leave a mess, so in this case here, we're okay. I am going to paint this pillar while we're here, just so I don't forget. So painting makes things more aesthetically pleasing to the customers, which can also help with the tips and stuff. And we'll just open this valve so that we can get the fuel. Take care of this customer and get back to our renovations.
That'll do.
Now, if you overfill the client's gas tank, you won't get a tip, but they do pay for it. So you're not going to be out terribly if you stop it a little late. So I'm just going to do all the walls, and then we'll come back for the pillars afterwards. Ooh, that was close to making a mess there. As you can see, we can maintain fuel and renos pretty easily. Later on, when there's more things to manage at the gas station, it can be a little more tricky. So in certain situations, I will close the gas station to take care of some renos. But when the gas station is closed, you're not making money, so try to minimize when I close the gas station now. We're almost done. I see a customer's pulling in. We could probably get this wall done first. Another happy customer. Got a little tip there for stopping it in the right spot. Oh, here's one of Dennis's graffitis. Nice little alien, appropriate for the desert. I try to stay closer to the right side of the green, just because it doesn't make a mess if you go into the red. And there we go. So now we'll just switch over to our green color and carry on with the pillars. Try not make a mess. I believe a customer is pulling in. We'll take care of that after this. Take a look at our fuel levels. We're still pretty okay, so.
Pretty much what I asked for.
I think that concludes the pillars. Now, if we go out back here, there's this wonderful ladder with roof painting sign. If you just walk up to it, you'll be able to get onto the roof. And I like to make the roof match the same color as the pillars, at least for the gas station. And there's this little roof here. You can also access the roof from the ground, but I figured they put the ladder there. Might as well use it. But yeah, you can access the roofs from ground level.
Nice.
So let's check our email. And it's regarding lock picking. Why would we need lock picking? But let's follow our little question mark. And there it is. So the lock picking mechanic is pretty easy. For those that have seen similar games that have this mechanism, you use the L joystick to move the lockpick, and you hold R2 to see if you can turn it. And then once it starts turning, you can just make minor adjustments until it's unlocked. So it's similar to what, if you're familiar with Skyrim, it's similar to that. Now there's different levels of lockpicking. There's beginner, intermediate, and master.
You're a lifesaver.
So I'm just gonna do a little tidying here. Like to keep my gas station nice and clean. So the exterior of the gas station is painted. Now we're going to work on the interior of the gas station. So same deal, just stay in the green, try not to splatter. Look how much nicer that is. Right now, while we're just servicing fuel clients, we don't need to worry too much about messes and stuff, but it's a nice grandfather clock. Looks even nicer with nice paint behind it. We'll go fill up this client's tank.
Great.
And get back to painting. Now, there are other options aside from paint. If you hit R1 or L1, you'll see there's some wallpapers. So there's a Halloween theme, a Christmas theme, and a Valentine's Day theme. For now, we're just going to stick with the colors. But if you want to go with a festive theme, you have the option to do so. Oh, I see on the left there that we have a customer waiting, so we'll go take care of them. Ooh, police officer.
Have a nice day.
Make sure can get back to his duties. So I'm sure you've noticed when I'm painting other than white, I always have to make sure to go back to select the color. And again, the reason why I like the exterior of the gas station just to be white. When Dennis does his graffiti, you can just paint over it. However, paint will deteriorate over time, so you will have to do some fresh coats of paint from time to time. I would like to be able to get this part cleaned up. Might not be on this episode, but maybe on the next one. Oh, got a client waiting. Let's not keep them waiting too long.
Pretty much what I asked for.
Now, on the left-hand side, you'll see I get a notification that my fuel station is low. So we'll just go on the computer to delivery and order more fuel. We've got one last wall to paint. It's all nice and painted. Can't paint the roof, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So our next task here, it says to hang the dust bowl painting inside the gas station. To access that, hi Elvis. Before we do that, I am going to move this grandfather clock. The reason for that is I can't get behind this counter because it is sitting here. So I'm just going to hit triangle to pick it up. I'm going to move it over here. Now you can turn it by using L1 and R1. I'm just going to straighten it out based on the lines on the ground. Just put it over here by the window. There we go. And now you can see I can get to the till easier. So to access the painting, we're going to go into our inventory, into the backpack. And it's right there. So we'll select that. And you see these circles on the wall. These are locations so that we can place the painting. You can see I can put it up here, but I feel like clients would bump their heads. So we're just going to put it over here for now. Oh, I think I saw the fuel truck. We did. Janky hose is attached. We're good to go. There's Elvis.
Awesome.
All right, our next objective is to buy some shelving. So that's found in features and shelves. Now you'll see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those shelves are available at different levels of the gas station. So right now we're just level 1. So we can only buy the drinks and the snack stands. So we'll buy one of each. And then the next task is to place the shelves. So I think we'll place them on either side of this window. To access them, we'll just go back into our backpack. We'll hit R1 to go over to shelves. So we'll just make sure that's lined up. Sometimes it can take a little bit to get things lined up properly, but I've got one there. I'll access the soft drink one. And there we go. So in the previous episode, if you recall, there was sand over here in these spots. So these are the parking spots. This happens to be our next task. The parking spots is what brings clients into the gas station to buy snacks and drinks. So we'll go over to features where we bought our shells, and we'll go over to other. And you'll see our first one is free, so that's even better. Let's buy that up. So you'll see on the bottom right, we now have a parking space. Oh, and our next task is we have a phone call from Uncle. Let's tend to this client before we go take that phone call. Now you'll notice they're a little janky when they get out of their car. Don't mind it. Everything's fine. All right, let's go see what Uncle has for us.
Hello. I see the business is doing well. I'm calling to congratulate you on successfully getting it off the ground. But you can't run a business on fuel alone. I've had a few of my people deliver some extra stock for those empty shelves of yours. Time to talk money. You now owe me. Well, I'll send you the invoice to your email. Don't miss it. I'm sorry, nephew, but there is just no room for charity in this world. I hope you'll find it within your finances to repay the debt. Otherwise, we'll be forced to see to more persuasive methods of reimbursement. Don't have me wait too long now. Goodbye.
That's a little disconcerting. I noticed on the top right now, there's a timer and balance remaining, $5,000. So I have 5 minutes to make $5,000. Oh boy. Let's check the email first. So this is giving us instructions on the cash register and how to deal with that. And I'll explain that in a second. And here's our loan summary. Now, yeah, okay, so our next task is to serve the customer. So you go up to the register and you hit R2 to start. Here's a quick screen of the different controls, and I'll explain them as we go. So I'm going to hit L2 to start it, and then L2 also moves the conveyor belt. When you get something close to the basket, you'll hit R2. Then with your left stick, you'll move left and then right to put it in the basket. Now, if you get too close to the basket, it'll fall into the basket, and the client doesn't pay for it, and they're not happy about it.
Thanks a bunch.
Right, so we've got a customer at the fuel.
Nice.
Yeah, we got 3.5 minutes on our loan. If I go to the computer screen, the loan is now open. I don't know how we're going to do this. I'm going to give them all the money I have. I still have over 4,000 debt remaining. Oh boy. Once you've unlocked the parking space, you'll notice clients start using the trash. So you need to keep an eye on that as well now. And sometimes they'll litter on the floor. I don't see any right now, so we're okay. The higher traffic will also bring in dirt, so we have to watch for that as well. We can clean that up with the broom. This client is going to buy some snacks and some drinks. And come over here and we'll ring them in. Now, one feature of the till I didn't mention is if you hold R1, you get a sponge that cleans the conveyor belt. So it cleans it as it's moving. Now, I'm going to stop using it so I can show you what happens if you don't use it. Over time, you'll see the conveyor belt will get dusty.
You're a lifesaver.
Oh, got a client at fuel.
Thanks a bunch.
I really don't see how we're going to be repaying this debt. Yeah, we're still over 4,000. Just under 2 minutes left. Oh boy. While we wait, we can do some cleanup. So we couldn't access these items earlier, but now we can access them to try and clean things up a bit. We'll just keep an eye on the left-hand side. It'll notify us if a customer is waiting. The conveyor belt's getting a little dirtier as time goes on.
Thank you.
Got a client waiting for some fuel.
Good job.
We'll continue some more with our cleanup. Oh, I'm in someone's way, I think. Someone's honking their horn. Got a client at the cash register. So while we're here, we're going to order garbage collection so we can continue with the cleanup.
Incredible!
Well, that conveyor belt's getting dirty.
Great!
Our time has run up on the loan. The next task is to answer the phone call, but I want to see if we can do a little more cleaning and maybe serve a few more customers. Maybe. See if we can pay off this loan. And you can see the conveyor belt is going very slowly now.
You're a lifesaver.
Our garbage collection is here. See if I can get one more item in before he picks things up. I do like the look of that truck. It is pretty cool.
Worried I would go over budget.
Oh boy. We're running out of snacks. Eventually we'll run out of fuel. This is not good. Maybe that's why we're able to lockpick vehicles. Maybe this is to help supplement paying Uncle back. That's only $5. And here's an intermediate one. Let's see if we get a little bit more money. broke it. I think the client... Oh, the client left.
I was worried I'd go over budget.
Got a couple of customers here. And you can see that conveyor belt is just not doing it for us. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start wiping it off as we're going. And that'll keep the conveyor belt running smoothly. And that makes our lives easier. So I'm just in the habit that I always have it running. I always have the sponge going. And then we don't need to worry about it seizing up.
Great.
Got a little bit more money. And a little bit more room in our garbage cans now to clean up, so that's nice. Gotta keep the place nice and tidy. Ooh, missed. That's embarrassing. Let's not get ran over. Let's see if we can get... Oh. Must have hooked on the pillar. There we go. See, we have a customer waiting for fuel. We'll get to them in a moment. Now, because it doesn't cost us anything to have the garbage collected, we'll do that while we're walking by. Oh, we're under 100 liters now.
Have a nice day.
So far, we're okay, even though we haven't answered the phone call yet. So continue with the cleanup. That may have bounced out. Oh, and so did that. Now, some of these are wedged in this sand, so maybe we can take care of that real quick. Go take care of this customer.
I was worried I'd go over budget.
Yeah, we still have 3,700. I think what we'll do is we'll quickly, and by quickly, as quick as we can, remove the sand in front of there so we can get that last piece cleaned up.
Thank you.
I think we're going to close up the gas station while I do that. Do some cleaning here real quick. And then we'll go find our friend Rudy. Just Make sure the fuel is full. I would like to get this cleaned up before we answer that phone call from Uncle. Now, memory serves me, this is going to be a few trips to clean this up, so. I do love the graphics in this game. You can see the city over there. Feels like you're in the desert. I think they did a good job. Keep an eye on the fuel. Make sure Rudy doesn't run out. So I'm holding R2 to move forward. L2 is brake and move backwards. If you hold R1, it gives it a little bit of a boost, but as you can see by the exhaust heats up. Which it also does when I pick up the sand. To cool the exhaust off, you just hold down L1. You can get into a little rhythm too to make this journey a little faster. Heats up pretty quick though. So it's holding R2 for a little bit and cools down fast, so that's nice. Just get in place and then hold circle to pick it up. Get ourselves turned around. That's a lot of sand there. So ordinarily, like I said earlier, I'd probably keep the gas station open while I'm doing things like this, but we're running out of gas, we're running out of supplies in the store, so there's kind of no point in staying open at this point. We'll have to answer that phone call from Uncle and find out what's going on. I'll just feel better once this is cleaned up first, so. Nice little sunset over the desert. Some bad driving. I have not pushed Rudy to the limit yet with the exhaust, so I don't know if anything bad happens if you overheat too much. Hesitant to try. I gotta keep an eye on the fuel. So just access my inventory, grab the jerry can. I'm not sure if that'll fully fill it up, but that's okay. Always have a full jerry can on you. Oh, the city just lit up. I like that. It's nice. Right. So we're done with Rudy. So I'm going to fill her up first. Fill up our jerry can. And as we saw in the first episode, there's a reset button over here. So rather than driving Rudy back, we'll just hit the reset button. So I don't think we have much of a choice at this point but to call or to answer the phone call from Uncle. Yeah, there's still a lot owing. Only have $30 on me. Oh boy.
Hey, Punk. Where's our goddamn money?